All right. Is anyone injured?
No. I'm okay. Are you?
I took a little bit. I'm going to pump 10 points of land hands into myself.
Yeah, that was very interesting to block the door with your body. You are a brave man. Or a foolish man.
The jury's still out. Aviva.
I appreciate it nonetheless.
I like to think that that whole thing we did with coming around the corner, shooting in, and you just blocking everybody and holding the line like that, I think that's something we should repeat in the future. It worked out pretty well.
I agree. What do we do now?
We got to check these other buildings, right?
Yeah, I would say methodical search of the rest of the town.
How many guests were supposed to arrive in that journal, Silas?
Let me think. Yeah, maybe Abiba was paying more attention than I, but maybe 10?
How many are sitting in front of the Pasha now?
6 or 7, right?
Yeah, there was not the full amount, that's for sure. And we know one fella, well, the stable hand, he didn't count as a guest, but definitely not everybody was there.
That could be potentially someone alive.
Yeah, let's check these bills. Yeah, let's go to the east first. It looks like there's, from what I remember anyway, there's less buildings over there. We can mark them off and then move to the west.
Yeah, since we're close by, should we run and check on your friend?
That's a good call. Maybe we should we take him into this building? The one that we just, didn't burn down?
Yeah, what do you think? Is it safer here?
The stables are less of a target, I would say.
Okay.
Whatever did this to the Pasha and his guests could come back.
That's a good point. All knows he's there.
We've fought in these creatures before. They obviously have some hand in this. The question is, what do they want and what are they doing?
This seems strange. I can't, for the life of me, fathom. Well, maybe it's because I'm someone that is so focused on earning a check, if you will, with my work. So I don't see how this pays off, if you get my meaning. I don't see the gain here.
Not sure. Unless it was the guests that they were after.
As you say that, Silas points towards the east, towards this bungalow. Well, we should probably do the one nearest to your friend. Make sure, maybe, Abiba, while we're walking over there, you might want to peek your head in, make sure Guy is still all right, and then we can clear the buildings around there and make sure, keep them safe.
Yeah, I would like to check on my friend as well. Who got?
Heading back over to the warehouse, you see Guy sitting in a corner, his pack on his belly, and a pastry in one hand. Catty corner to him, he is propped up. Udo, in nearly an identical position. It seems as almost if Guy is having a conversation with Udo. Stuffing the rest of the pastry in his mouth, Guy says, I think I should stay here and keep him company.
No, thank you. I appreciate you keeping him the company. I will let your friends know. Take care. He's eating. I believe he's okay.
Sounds about right. Go check the building.
Did you want to just knock the door down, Torrance?
As you approach this building, there are gates standing wide open. Looking in, it appears to be some kind of abandoned smithy. Looking in, there appears to be no fire on the forge, nor do you hear the clanging of hammers.
We should clear it at least, make sure no one's inside.
Sure.
And as you head in, there appears to be 3 anvils used for working iron. Stand near the center of the room. The forge is clearly cold. Metalwork of half-completed items appear to be strewn about the shop. Between the anvils, a metal barrel is cut in half. It holds water with pond scum forming at the top. The water is dark and brackish. Doors are located both north and south.
Is there like a complete set of smithing tools here?
There is a partial set of smithing tools here, but if you want to look further, you can give me an investigation or perception check.
Yeah.
You rolled a 4. So, not being familiar with smithing tools, you find a hammer, some tongs, a poker. You feel everything is here?
Yeah, I'll probably grab what I can. If there's anything I need to hammer out of my armor or sword or anything here.
Give me a history check at advantage. You rolled an 11. Yeah, you feel like you could probably use these. For whatever reason, there is something dwarven itching in the back of your head.
Yeah, I'll just look around, make sure there's no... I already looked around with my perception. I'll walk back out and there doesn't appear to be anyone or any foes here. We should move on to the next building.
Silas is going to nod to him as he comes out and just take a look in. You want me to do a perception check? I'd like to just make sure there's nothing we're missing. He's just going to take a look around. See if there's... I mean, it's partly because, Corn walked out with some tools. So he's like, I thought this was the king. I didn't know he had to steal. And then also because if Torrin's getting something valuable, Silas wants something too. Oh, that was a 14 that turned into a 6. So that would be an 8 perception.
It certainly looks like it hasn't been used in quite some time.
Thank you, sir. Torrin, you don't take care of your own armor, I'm guessing, but water, they usually need it clean from what I understand when they're cooling down hot metal. And this is looking pretty nasty. So does this fit with our time frame? What was it, like 6 days? A week? How long was it? I forget. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. So no one's been in here since then, it looks like. Let's move on. I'm actually going to poke my head back in and be like, hey, anybody hiding in here?
Caliban, what is your passive perception?
19.
So as the group is looking around, Smithy, you notice the 3 anvils aren't sitting on wood stumps, but instead on metal columns. And that stands out to you as being a little odd.
Well, I might stroll in and take a closer look at that then.
Go ahead and give me an investigation or perception check. You rolled a 19. The anvils are set in a triangle. As you do a circuitous route around one of them, you notice near the top, the metal is not quite the same color as the rest of the metal, as if to belie some kind of compartment.
Well, I'll check it out. Oh gosh, I'm like, wish Guy was here. He's better at these things. So it looks like it might open.
Yes.
I'm like, hey Torrin, got a thing I want you to open. Look at this. Look, there's a drawer right there.
Interesting. Stand back.
I'm already standing back.
Silas takes a step back out of the building.
I'll open it.
Please make me a dexterity saving throw. You rolled a 23. You push in to the compartment and you hear a click. And as you pull back, all the air gets sucked into the room and your heart beats once, twice, before a large explosion goes off in the middle of the room. You take 29 fire damage, reduced by half, 14. For those of you standing outside, the heat is so intense, it singes your eyebrows and your eyelashes as there is a bright flash from within the dark smithy. But you've successfully opened the compartment.
You alive in there, Torrin?
First trapped, Caliban.
Oh.
I would not have expected that.
And as you look inside, there is a satchel made of cloth and tied closed with a leather strap.
And the satchel to Caliban.
I'm sure it's fine. Thanks for opening the drawer, and I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Thank you.
I give a quizzical look at Torrin, wonder why they went back in there, but I will also cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Well, he's only
I'm about 10 points from full, so.
Oh, then Cure Wounds 1. There you go, sir. Oh, there you go.
That's good enough.
So I'll take the satchel over, set it down, and open it up.
You crack it open and find golden sovereigns. But they are not Cataloyan, nor are they from the Eastern Kingdom. About 200 gold pieces in all.
It looks like there's about exactly 200 gold you got there, Caliban, but smells like money, but it doesn't look like money I've ever seen before.
It's gold. Good enough.
Do I recognize any of this symbol?
Give me a history check.
A history check? Okay.
My do so as well as I'm looking over these.
You can give me a history check as well.
My history check meant nothing.
We haven't been off this island, bro.
I know, right?
Looking at the coins, and then again, back at the hammer you picked up, it appears to be dwarven in nature, specifically from the realm of Greycliff.
Silas turns around and says, Torin, don't you have something to do with dwarves? This looks like it's from Greycliff, if I'm not to be mistaken.
The dwarves? Is that... They are also mythical creatures, like the elves. Are you saying they exist as well?
Elves exist, dwarves.
Silas is so tempted to walk around this building and come back looking like a dwarf. He's going to stay his ground because there's gold here and he wants some of it.
Have I ever heard of Grey Cliffs before? I don't think I would have.
You can make me a history check as well.
Yeah, Silas brought it up because you're the one who's reading Dwarven.
With a 13, you're not quite sure. You may have heard it in passing from some of the people who attended the Jubilee, but otherwise, you're not sure.
Look, this whole reading Dwarven thing is still pretty new to me. I'm not really sure. Did you meet the smith here when you were here last?
No, I did not have occasion to. I don't know if you noticed, I wear leathers and my weapon. I hold my hand out and the black rapier appears in my hand. Is magical in nature, so I don't actually need the help of a smith. And then I do a sleight of hand thing, and the blade rapier disappears. So no, I did not meet with him.
I've noticed. That'll be a conversation one day.
Caliban, as your party members are discussing this coin, you notice the other two anvils have similar compartments.
I don't think Doran's going to do that a second time.
You want me to check for traps, maybe? Yeah, at the very least, I can see if they're trapped. You know what I mean? Maybe we could do something fancy. I don't know, throw a stone from the distance and trigger the trap or something. I don't know. I will go in if DM is appreciative of it and check for traps.
As you move in, are you checking anvil number 2 or anvil number 3?
Let's do number 2.
Give me an investigation check.
That's a natural 17 for a 22.
They are most certainly trapped. Focusing in on your warlock nature, you feel they are most certainly magical in nature. Looking closer, you can see small runes at the edges of these compartments. Not being a bookwise spellcaster, you've certainly seen these runes before. In fact, it is abjuration magic used to protect and or keep things closed.
Didn't stop me, though, because I had this. Well, Caliban, looks like your instinct was correct. These are definitely trapped. You should know, though, Torin, they're not mechanical in nature. There's rune script on the side of these. You open these up and you get fireballed again, I imagine, or something else.
Well, stepping back out of the building, or at least out of the blast radius that we saw before, I will try to cast Spell Magic. And what the heck, I will do it at 4th level on, the second stump.
Casting Dispel Magic at 4th level, you feel the magic of these runes float away.
Nice.
You say so. And I'll go and open it.
Pulling open the compartment, you find a small journal.
As Torin goes in to open it, Silas leans over to Caliban and says, "A liege is so brave."
I just tossed the journal to Silas.
Thank you. I'm going to open it up and start reading because I can read all writing.
Written in Cataloyan, you see a ledger on one side. On the other side is a loose leaf of paper. Reading it, it appears to be some kind of contract. It says that while contracted, we will pay you 250 gold pieces for the next 6 months to create weapons of war. Payment to happen monthly for the prior 4 or 5 weeks. It is signed with the letter N as in Nancy.
Oh, this looks interesting. This looks like a contract, 250 gold pieces a week to create weapons for an army. Does anyone know who N would be? It seems mischievous, initials of some sort.
Eleren, do you think you couldn't be?
I'm fuzzing out on people I know who start with the letter N.
I mean, I wasn't exactly there when you all killed him, but asked him on to.
That's the N, right?
We told you about him, Silas.
I didn't know if it had like a silent G in front of it, like no, but good to know.
Did we think the third, there's glyphs on the third one as well?
Yeah, that third one's still displayed, or got the glyph on it, that rune.
Is there any way we can try to open this thing up from afar?
I mean, it does the side that you push in, is that facing the doorway?
There is a doorway to the south that it faces.
All right. Well, Abiba, you're pretty damn good with that bow. You just want to try and maybe hit the panel and get it to push in the way Torin opened it, and maybe that'll trigger the explosion. I mean, hopefully it didn't destroy the gold, so maybe it won't destroy whatever's in there.
Yes, I was about to recommend that.
Okay. Sorry.
Just curious to see how you guys take out traps. But yes, I would be happy to.
We usually let Fiddich set them off.
Is he one of them spellcasters that has like the little hand thing that he can do? I've seen that.
No, he just doesn't have any real common sense and likes to open things.
That's why I opened that one in his honor.
Nice. I see. It was a beautiful thing, I must say.
I had 3 brothers. They're no longer with me. That's how I learned.
Well, shit. Now it's just, I feel bad about my comment now. Jesus.
I'm kidding. I have sense of humor too. Stand back.
He said it was to the south, just so you know. You probably have to be by this little bush here.
Oh, that would be important.
Torin, come on out, Torin.
I'm already outside.
So I'll wait till everyone's safe and then I will target the drawer.
The arrow streaks towards the target. As it makes contact, there's a little press and then a release followed by a loud explosion. Though this one is larger than the last, and you feel the heat blow past you as your hair moves with the shockwave.
Everyone looks down and Silas is holding a stick with a marshmallow on the front and says, just right.
I'm already bald, so right? Or is this how I became bald?
Well, I guess I'll do the honors. I'll go in and look inside. What do I find?
The compartment is hanging off its hinges, and as you look in, you see the broad head of a great axe.
Well, my goodness. Is this big enough where I can pull it out and it's the whole thing, or is it just the metal, just the axe itself with no...
You can certainly pull it out of the compartment if that's what you want to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see here. Knowing my experience with my weapon, I'm going to take some of my bedroll and pull it out and be like, Porn, I don't know. I mean, most people don't hide weapons. This might be cursed in some way, maybe. I don't trust weapons I find in places, personal experience, but I'll bring it out.
Reaching in with your bedroll, you grip onto the head of the axe and pull it forth. The haft of the axe clearly extends below the floor. The haft is a well-made ebony wood, and the head appears to be a hawk with wings outspread.
I'll come out, I'll put it on the ground, lay it on the bedroll and say, that compartment went even lower. This is a fine weapon. I'm going to go back in and see if there's a deeper compartment in each of the other 2 real quick while y'all check this. I don't really care about a great axe. So as they're looking at it, checking or whatever, Silas is going to go back in and stick his hand down into the other 2, because knowing that there's now a deeper part of that third anvil, he's going to see if maybe we missed something in the other 2.
As you're looking into these compartments to find out if they have any false bottoms, a strangled roar interrupts you as 2 large crocodiles burst in through the northern door. 2 horrific tentacles grow from their faces. In the shock of the attack, you realize that the end of these tentacles are the heads of eels.
Oh,
What?
that's gross.
Let's roll initiative.
What?
I gotta tell you, that's gross as hell.
Were they coming in like having a conversation, like they just came back from break? Or
Yeah, they both got a cup of coffee in their hands. You can tell one of them is tracking a piece of toilet paper at the bottom of his shoe. Yeah, that's bad news.
what's up with these gigantic creatures?
As these crocodiles burst forth, Abibe, you are first to react.
Ay Dios mío. I'm going to, so I'm right next to it. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to take the disengage. I'm like this, too close for comfort, and I will take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll stay right there. Wait, let me see if I can still see. Yeah, I'll go right there. My full, and that, no bonus action. Oh, wait. Hunter's mark on this guy right here. Thank you.
Well, this is bad. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to cast Bane at level 1. So I'm going to need charisma saves from both of them alligators.
Top one rolls a 14
That's a fail.
and a 1.
What? I mean,
That's
they're not charismatic.
They got a D4 minus to their attacks in saving throws. And then I look at Torin, I look at Caliban, and I say, y'all got this, right? And I get the fuck out of there. I believe in you, Torin. You got it. It's my turn.
The mutated and mutilated crocodiles lurch forward, and this one is going to move next to Caliban, rolling a D4. It appears to be attacking Caliban. The creature is going to try to bite you. That is a 17 minus 1, 16.
Miss.
Nice.
This next one moves forward and bears down on you, Torin. That's a 17, but your armor class is 18?
Yep.
It also misses.
I suppose the first thing I will try to do is the GTFO. I'm going to attempt to move away from him.
The creature will make an opportunity attack to bite you as you move away. That is a 20 minus 1 for a 19 to hit.
That hits.
You take 13 piercing damage and you are grappled. Until the grapple ends, you are also restrained.
Okay. Okay, well, let me think here.
Polymorph.
Don't have those spell slots anymore. Okay, what the heck? I will wild shape
Nice.
a spider king. What? I become a large spider.
Oh, that thing's ugly.
Oh, nice.
It's like, oh, what's this thing in my mouth?
The eels and I hate this.
I'm done.
Damn it, Caliban, why a spider? Let's see.
It's even worse because a king spider has 2 heads. Those are, oh.
I'm just gonna attack the guy in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna attack the one grappling Caliban.
A 16 misses as you take your sword in a two-handed grip and swing overhead, and the sword bounces off its hardened, blackened hide.
Second attack.
Oh, shit.
I am definitely going to pump a first level smite into that. You know what? I'm gonna make it a second level smite.
It is not undead or a fiend.
Yeah. So that's 25, 35, 46, 52,
Wow.
64, 69 points of damage.
Nice. Definitely hurt, but still holding on to Caliban.
Wow.
That's gonna be my turn for now.
I'm going to attack.
You can go ahead and take the shot, but it will have some cover.
Oh, never mind. Then I'm going to go for the clear shot. Yeah, that's right, because Caliban's in front of him.
How much movement do you have?
A 16. So as it approaches Caliban, it snaps towards him. You unleash an arrow as it flies through the air. Your aim is true, except its darkened, toughened hide repels the missile, and it turns in your direction, snapping its large jaws.
Yep, second attack.
You take aim at the open mouth as it snaps towards Torin, and as you fire, your missile once again flies through the air, thinking it's going to sink into the underside of its upper jaw, but its mouth snaps closed as the arrow flies erringly over its head.
But I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. No, now I'm done.
Bye, baby.
I'm still here.
Well, this looks like something. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast this one right here. That's a 24 to hit.
A bit suspicious.
That's 3 points of damage. I always low roll. We know this. I know this. And that's why that one was an 11 to hit. Well, I believe in y'all. I'm going to go with Abiba. We're going around to the second door, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's what I figure.
As Caliban is grappled in the giant crocodile's maw as a giant spider, the eels growing from its face lash forward and attach to the appendages of the spider. And you take 4 necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are also reduced by 4.
Okay.
It is going to attempt to chomp down at you. It has advantage because you are grappled. That is a 26 to hit for 9 piercing.
Right. Yeah, I don't think a D4 is going to make a difference there.
The next crocodile lurches forward, snapping its jaws at you, Torn. That is a 16 to hit.
Misses, even without the D4.
The beast snaps towards you as you pivot on your left foot from one side to the next, and its teeth come down on your forward leg, and the teeth clang off your mithril full plate.
And the spider is going to attempt to bite the crocodile that is grappling him.
You will have disadvantage.
You're also restrained.
Bummer. So 16.
You bite towards it with your mandibles, targeting one of the eels that appear to be growing out of its face. And as your the mandibles clamp down, the hide repels your pincer attack as it is too thick to pierce.
Okay, that looks like that's my turn.
Wing at the one holding Spider-Man.
A 24 will certainly hit the creature.
Or 18 damage. All right, second attack.
Damn.
Oh, a second crit. Nice.
That attack will finish it off. This giant crocodile, carrying the spider form of Caliban in its mouth, attempts to do a gator roll, or a crocodile roll as it were, attempting to wrench the spider in different directions. And as you swing to one side, it bounces off its hide, and then reversing that swing, you aim true and you cleave through a couple of the eels before your blade sinks into its forehead, and the figure drops to the ground, and the eels spasm momentarily before lying still.
For a second, I say, Caliban, are you? Ugh, and I shudder and turn away.
15, 25, 30. And I'm going to move the hunter's mark to this guy and attack. Yay. Hit something. And then my second attack.
That's 17 piercing damage. Second attack.
Second attack.
A 24 hits. Roll some damage.
Oh, and that is my turn.
Silas, you see Abibe run to the interior of the building, and you hear the thrum of his bowstring snap once, twice, and the roar of the crocodile follow.
Silas takes a free action to kick the crocodile on the floor, and then he looks to the west and does a shudder as he sees a 2-headed spider and says to himself, "It's just Caliban. It's just Caliban." And then he's going to take some Eldritch Blasts, the one to the south, and he's going to actually say Eldritch Blast this time. Eldritch Blast. It's a 19 to hit 4 points of damage. Eldritch Blast for 23 to hit. Another 4 points of damage. Yep. And then I take 2 steps over and I'll be like, good spider. Good spider. Go get the crocodile. Don't get me. Thank you very much.
It is now the giant crocodile's turn. This one is dead, but this next one will look towards Torin and look to take a bite out of him. That is a 23 to hit minus a d4, which makes it a 21 to hit. You take 19 piercing damage and you are grappled. While you are grappled, you are also considered restrained.
Right.
Now that you are grappled, it is going to go ahead and use a bonus action as the eels fly forth, clamp onto your forehead, your neck, and your shoulder. And you take 4 piercing damage, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 4.
Jesus.
Hey, the spider will scuttle over a bit and will attempt to throw a web.
That will definitely hit the crocodile.
And he is restrained. He can attempt to break out with a DC 12 strength check, or he can try to attack the webbing and break it.
Weird against weird.
So they can just be there in a nice beach pool hug.
Oh, because that's right. Torin's grappled too.
That's my turn.
I don't like those eel things. I'm going to attempt to break the grapple.
Give me a DC 17 athletics check. A 22, you easily remove yourself from the grasp of the crocodile that's being held back by the web from the spider.
Yeah, it's restrained.
But you might want to get out of the way so we got a clear shot.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way first.
I think it can take a attack as opportunity, can it?
Oh.
Yeah, it just can't move. You could get around it, circle it or something like that, get on the other side so we don't have to shoot around you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you, Torn. All right. Kill it. Yes. I don't know what advantage means, but I felt compelled to say it.
That means I can shoot 2 arrows. Just kidding. No. That sucked.
You fire an arrow at these mutated crocodiles, but their hardened hide deflects your missile.
I'm going to move here. Try again.
Whatever has afflicted these mutated crocodiles has somehow improved and thickened its hide as your arrow bounces away harmlessly.
Okay. I'm going to move back here. And that's my turn.
That's a natural 20. 13 points of damage.
Borrowing this term from 4th edition, this creature looks bloodied.
Eldritch Blaze. It's a natural 19 for a 27. There we go, 9 points of damage. And then I will say, I don't want to turn around and get me torn. Don't take this the wrong way, but I want to get some cover behind Caliban. Please don't bite me. And I shuffle out the door.
The spider gently caresses you as you go,
Oh, God, no. Jeez. Silas says, Jesus, Caliban, find me dinner first. And just so everyone's aware, Jesus is a carpenter that lives in the town where I grew up, and everyone just cursed him because he made shitty buildings. Thank you. That's my turn.
I think it is going to attempt to escape from the webbing using its strength, and that is a 14?
yes, a 14 will bust it.
Yeah, it's good enough. It uses action.
Okay, well, let's see if my web recharges. Does not. Nope. So, the heck? I will move forward and attempt to bite him.
A 24 to hit this creature will
So
hit.
he has to make a DC 11 con save. Or he
That is a
poison
5.
Nice.
Shit.
The mutated crocodile is not immune or resistant to poison, and it is looking in really bad shape.
And that's all I can do.
I'm going to attack him with my my long sword
A 23 will hit this creature.
for 17 slashing. Or it's 11 slashing and 6 fire.
Your blow kills this monstrosity. And we will drop out of initiative.
I keep my long sword up, kind of shake holding it shakingly until Caliban drops out of that form.
Oh, wild shape is a terrible thing to waste. I'm just going to stay this way for a while.
My goodness. Hey, Caliban, why don't you climb up on top of that main house and look around from up there? Got enough eyes, you should be able to see something on your two heads.
The spider just scuttles over. We'll climb straight up the wall.
Emerging from the smithy, you are 200 gold pieces richer, along with a journal signed by somebody with the letter N as in Nancy, and a finely crafted great axe with a ebony haft.
These creatures, something. This is not natural, right?
No.
First level cure wounds on myself?
I have not left my village, but this does not seem right.
Those alligators didn't seem normal. Same with the horses. There's something affecting the wildlife here.
16 more HP to you.
Oof,
Torn.
thank you. That's clutch.
Yeah, I know you need it. Yeah, Asaz comes up, puts his hand on your shoulder, and you feel the magic spread out of you, and he's trying to play it off like he's not healing you, but he's like, so you're looking rough there, Thorin. Yeah, Bobby, I think you're right. I've never seen eels come out of a crocodile's mouth like that. It seemed to be abominations, monstrosities, whatever you want to call them, but I think we need to continue on. And then he looks up to the sky. DM, when they bust through the door, had I already put my hand down to check if there was anything else in there, or did they interrupt me?
They probably interrupted you.
Remember how that combat started and I was like checking the other two to see if there's any bigger spaces in the other two areas that we'd already gotten items out of? Yeah, I'm gonna go back in there and just be like, well, we already got the traps. This should be all right unless, I lose an arm, and this is how it happens, I guess. And he sticks his arm down into the other two areas to see if there's more space the way the third one did.
You reach into anvil number 1, feeling about the bottom, and you aren't seemingly able to locate anything within. But as you reach into the compartment of anvil number 2, you feel what seems like a 2-foot branch of a tree.
Well, look at this. And he comes out with it and says, I know we left that axe there on the ground. It looks beautiful. I don't know if anyone can even wield it, but anyone know what this stick is?
Why don't we go leave all of this with Guy for now?
Oh, that's a good call.
The bag of holding, I think, anyway.
Good point.
Yeah, we'll give him all of the stuff for now, except for the journal. We found this branch, too. I don't know why someone would hide a branch. Seems weird. I just put it next to the axe.
I think should I roll to see if I've seen a wand before? Is that what this reminds me of? Or does it just look like the piece of a tree?
It is 100% a wand.
Yeah. So Silas will set it next to the axe. It's definitely a wand of some sort. I've seen one in the past, but I don't know what it does. And I'm a little reticent to just, use it without being aware what it does first.
I heard a story from a bard once about a wizard who went to a dungeon and got a wand. And when he fired it, he did that thing that Fiddy used to do, Caliban, with those magic missiles. Except they all turned and hit him.
Holy shit. Yeah, see, that's a good reason not to do it.
The spider runs over and grabs the wand and tries to do something with it.
Oh, shit. Silas goes around to buildings and hides.
Points it at the other building or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
You're pointing at the haystacks, right?
As the spider points the wand at the smithy, it begins to glow very softly at the end before glowing brighter, and a green light flashes out and washes against the wall. It doesn't leave any marks, but something happened.
What happened?
Would I recognize? I can cast a Ray of Enfeeblement, but I don't know stuff like, this is metagaming, but I wouldn't know something like Blight, although our spider companion might.
I don't think you actually know.
Well, it definitely did something, but I'm going to go over and observe the spot.
Oh, can you shoot it at maybe the next crazy creature? Or maybe even these dead alligators?
Yeah, let's go check.
How about the spider go first this time?
Oh, that's a great call.
Sure, why not?
And then I'm still gonna kind of go like, this is your friend, right?
Which one are you referring to when you say that?
I'm looking at the spider, but good question.
I mean, the spider just picked up a wand and shot it at a building, so I have to say that it's a bit of an unknown quantity at this point.
As you move deeper into the town, examining the various buildings, looking in from the outside, they appear to be some kind of barracks. The door to this specific building has been smashed in and broken from its hinges.
Well, the spider will poke his heads in and see if he can see anything.
Inside, you see several cots and footlockers spread about. A table and several chairs are arranged in the center of the room, and a man lies in one of the cots. Another table sits off to the side, and it appears to have plates and other dishware on its top.
I suppose we go in and check the man, see if he's alive.
And as you enter and move towards the man in the cot, you're sure your current form would elicit some kind of reaction. As you move closer into the room and even climb up on the cot to hover over the individual, he appears to be in a catatonic state, staring into nothing. As you move closer to the table, you see the dishes upon its top. Salted meats, vegetables, even fish, in a pickled brine.
Does he have this similar look to Ugat and the other people in the other room?
And as the rest of the party moves in, this individual is clearly in a state similar to those who were in the manor.
The spider will point the food.
Yeah, it's probably the food, if I have to guess.
The eels, whatever they are.
Might as well just search the room first, see if there's anything else of interest.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Orin, did you come in with us?
I'd probably be at the door. Yeah, I'd definitely be at the door, seeing as last time a bunch of mutated crocodiles burst in on us.
With a 13, you look around and inspect the footlockers. They look like any other normal barracks you've seen or heard about. A couple swords, some rope, and various backpacks, appearing empty.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be much here. Moving on.
Silas, when you were here last, was there only a central kitchen? Was there multiple kitchens? Do you know?
You know, I didn't get a chance to really look around. I wasn't here for that long. Basically, I arrived 8 on that first day, and I must tell you, I have not felt strange from when I ate here. And then,
No, did you?
I did eat here, but it seems to be before whatever this is happened. I kind of was given a job and ushered on my way, if you understand. Many times the jobs I do for people are time sensitive, so it tends to be a lot less lollygagging.
Check the main building again. There was a section downstairs we didn't check yet.
Oh, we didn't check the whole building? I thought we did.
We went upstairs right away.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, let's go look.
Can I do an insight check on Silas?
Nice. Natural 20. Very cool. Very cool. So what am I rolling here? Because I think I'm telling the truth, right? Persuasion roll to see if I can convince him that I'm telling the truth?
That works.
Well, that would be only an 18, but because of my class feature, the lowest I can roll on a persuasion check is a 10, which becomes a 22.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, there's a kennel up here at the end of the road. The barracks are here where they ate, and then I point down. Other side of the river, there's a tavern. So that might be where maybe everybody ate. It wasn't a part of the main building. I don't know. Maybe the people worked here. Not sure, right? I wasn't here that long, you know? He was very concerned about his melons. What can you do? Should go check the building again? Yeah,
Check the building, and then, I don't know, these melons. Udo kept talking about the melons as well. I don't know, there's something off here.
agreed.
Give me a group perception check.
Okay. The Spider King, because he has 2 heads, has advantage.
Amidst the rhythmic waves that crash along the northern shore of this exotic resort, distant chorus of barking emerges from the neighboring building to the north. Silas, fond recollection stirs within you, those moments when you ventured out to explore the Pasha's lush grove, encountering the lively company of several roaming dogs.
That's okay. I thought it was hay bales. Okay.
Oh, that's the kennel, I think. Spider King. What do we call him? Caliban? What do we call him?
Two-headed spider king.
That's an awful mouthful. Caliban. Yeah, that's where the dogs are kept. We should actually check on them. They might be all right considering.
Spider shrugs.
Silas, they might know your scent more.
That's true. Yeah, I am the only one who's actually been here before. That's a good point. Well, Silas will lead the group to the kennel.
As you depart from the barracks, your journey leads you down a tranquil pathway that unfurls its way towards the awaiting kennel. Make me an insight check.
That's a 23.
From within the structure, an urgent cacophony of howls and barks reaches your ears, filling the air with a sense of frenzied excitement.
Well, something doesn't seem right. Let's check. Make sure the dogs are okay. You might want to stay back, Caliban. They're probably not going to understand that you're one of us. They're just going to see a giant, crazy, two-headed spider. Yeah, and I'll go in and get as close as I can to take a look, but not put myself in danger.
A closed door blocks your view.
Well, shit. Is there windows of any sort, barred or otherwise?
Unfortunately, there are no windows.
All right, well, yeah, these might be crazy, so...
I draw my bow.
How is this? Is this like a latch door? How's it closed?
There is a latch holding the door closed, and it is secured with a padlock.
Oh, there's a padlock. I would like to investigate the padlock, see if it's locked.
There is no need to roll, as it is clearly locked.
All right, let's try these. Well, my last set broke. Do I not have thieves tools anymore? You said my last one broke, didn't you?
It was more for the narrative, and you did fail the roll.
Of course, let's hope they don't break on this here kennel. I'm going to roll to try and disengage the lock. That's 19.
As your gaze settles upon the lock, its proximity to the ocean becomes evident through the traces of sediment and rust that have gathered around its intricate mechanism. With a deft touch, you position your thieves' tools against it, swiftly recognizing that this particular lock, due to exposure to the ocean's elements, presents a rather straightforward challenge to you.
All right, so I pop padlock off. I hang it like on the thing where, it's not actually holding it in place. And then I take a rope out of my pack and I attach it to the latch. And then I move, 40 feet back. And I say, all right now. Well, actually, I'll do it like right here. So I'll look around the corner of the door. Actually, do we have any food? Like rations or anything to eat? Like maybe they're just hungry. They've been in there for 6 days.
Feed them, but I want to see where they go.
Well,
Yeah.
well, if they're starving, they might just attack you.
They might.
So-
But I'll get some rations out and just hold it in my other hand, just in case.
I would maybe. I feel like you'll still get attacked. It's going to be hard to know if they're coming at you to attack you or get the ration. So maybe put it like 10 feet in front of you, and if they stop at the ration, it's just because he's hungry and not because he's coming to kill you. Because a Beebo's going to have
at this tree closer to Silas.
Okay. I give him a look as he sets it down. I'm like, thank you, Torin. Appreciate that.
Caliban, your keen eyes observe, and Silas deftly secures the rope to a door that unmistakably requires a push instead of a pull.
Unless Silas isn't paying attention, though. He's like, thank you, Torin.
You hear a spider chuckle.
Caliban can't actually tell us.
What is it? Yeah, what does it sound like?
So the rations get set down, and Silas pulls the rope, and the rope doesn't move. And he goes, son of a bitch. He goes to the door, takes a little bit of rope, and goes to the other side, and then pulls it so the latch goes up so it's not being held in place. And he says, Abiba, why don't you do the thing you did again and just knock the door open with your arrow?
Oh, I mean, I'll try.
It worked with a metal cabinet. You might as well try again.
I just walk up and open the door.
No.
Yep.
So much for the rations.
Get in the door. Like, B-Bay's like getting his arrow ready. He's like, okay, do I aim there? I'm like, forget this.
You know, I made it as far as I have as a bounty hunter because of being careful. I can tell this is a group that doesn't really care about careful.
Surprise, surprise. Let's roll initiative.
Silas is trying to do good.
Silas Dogood. Best movie ever.
Lot of dogs in that tiny hut.
Holy shit.
What? No! But they don't look like regular dogs, right? Are they like mutant dogs?
Those do not look like regular dogs, Abiba.
As you push the door open, clamorous baying raises in excitement. A cacophony that heralds the onslaught of grotesque hounds. These canine forms, marred by mutations, frames twisted and darkened, are accompanied by eerie eel-like appendages protruding from their heads. Caliban, you are first to act.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, the spider moves up and looks at the wand still in his hand. Points it at a dog.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Oh my god, is this a chaos wand? Where you don't know what it does? Like it's different.
Right?
every
Like
time?
a wild sorcery, whatever.
Wild magic? Oh no.
Yeah, wild magic.
With a natural one, it fires fireball at the position of the caster.
You unleash the power of the wand, directing its energy towards the nearest canine adversary. To your astonishment, the projectile alters its path mid-flight, retracing its trajectory with uncanny precision, now homing in on the massive spider nearby. Upon impact, the ray performs its metamorphic magic.
Holy shit.
Where once stood an imposing arachnid, a goblin materializes.
What the hell?
Fire it again next time. Can't hurt.
So if I attack now, do I get like Fury of the Small?
Yes, you do. Caliban, it is still your turn.
Since I'm now a goblin, maybe guess I have no more movement. Since I have nothing else to do, but I do lose action now. I'll disengage, just for the hell of it, because I can.
I think that's like a motivational poster somewhere. Yes, you can. So they're still in the building. They're surrounding it like.
These dogs have exited the building and they're running around, bounding over each other and barking menacingly at you and your party.
Well, shit. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Since Silas only cares about himself, he's gonna cast a mirror image on himself, and then he's gonna move away. That's his full movement. I don't know if there's any attacks of opportunity.
Two of them will make an attack of opportunity as you move away from them.
All right. A 17 would hit, so let me roll this d20. I rolled a 5, so it hits me.
You take 19 slashing damage as the elongated and mutated claws rip through your armor.
Oh, that's the first time Silas has been hit, and he is not happy about it.
The second attack is a 27.
Holy shit. Thank God that kills one of my images. Ow. Torin, I don't know if you were witnessing that, but that fucking hurt. Be careful there. Holy jeez. I think, oh, wow. Bonus action. I will use my last bardic inspiration of the day and say, Torin, I believe in you. It only looks like they would need to hit you 4 times to put you down. So maybe this will help you. This little bit of inspiration. Yes, you can. And then you take a D8. That's my turn. Thank you.
Bonus action, I'll cast Spiritual Weapon. A Spectral Flaming Greatsword.
With a 16. As the spectral flaming sword slashes down, the weapon makes contact with its target, but doesn't pierce the toughened hide of these mutated hounds.
I'm just going to attack the same one. Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
Second attack.
A 22 easily hits.
All right. I am going to do a first level smite. So they're not any special.
They are currently considered a beast.
Really?
As you slash across this body with your weapon, the fire doesn't appear to do as much damage, but the divine smite and the slashing certainly do.
Cyan. Okay, so let's see. Fine. So I'm gonna place my hunter's mark on this one. That's my bonus action, and
Wow. Another natural 20.
So that'd be 24 points of damage. You got max damage. No. 24, not 20, or 23, not 24. So that's 10 plus 23, so 33 points of damage. Holy crap.
and then that was my first attack. Here's my second. Oh no, I did. Yeah, that was my first.
You only
Here's
did
my
one.
Second. Again, and then hunter's mark.
This creature is looking pretty rough. In fact, so rough because it's dead.
That was only 50 points of damage.
Woohoo! That felt good. And I'm going to 5, 10, 15. No, there's a tree there. Sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move there. And I'm done.
It is now the mutated hound's turn. This first one will bite at you, Torin.
Misses.
The second attack is a 20 for 17 slashing damage.
Okay.
The next one will attack you as well. That is a 25 for 18 slashing.
Okay.
This next mutated dog will move forward towards you, Abibe, and attack. That is a 12, which misses, and a 17, which also misses. Caliban, roll me a d10.
Oh no. It's like polymorph plus confusion.
That is a 4, and you are still a goblin. But it is now your turn.
Okay. What can I do here? Well, seeing this one that seems to be sort of heading my direction, I will throw some scorching rays his direction.
Before you rise, the colossal spider undergoes a remarkable transformation, dwindling in size until it assumes the shape of a goblin, uttering incantations in its guttural language. It weaves arcane gestures and conjures fiery rays that streak forth, flashing against the hound's rugged hides. Despite the spectacle, it becomes evident that the unleashed fire bears no discernible impact on the ferocious beasts.
Okay. And then, well, actually, I'll make that 6. And bonus action, I'll hide.
Give me a stealth check. A natural 20. So you quickly move away, dash behind a tree, and duck down, and you feel pretty hidden.
You look like a part of the tree. It's cool. You look like coconuts.
All right, Silas sees his good friend Abibe getting attacked. Sees his good friend Torin getting attacked, and he realizes things are much worse than he thought they were. So he's going to cast Bane at 3rd level, which is enough to get all of these spicy individuals. Charisma, fail, saves. So the 3 top ones have Bane. And because he doesn't have any more inspiration left, he says, Torin, remember you got inspiration. I don't know if you're going to need it or not. And Abibe, I'm sorry, but these things are fucking terrifying. He just moves 30 feet back, but more distance between him and the crazy dogs who hit really hard.
Spiritual weapon's gonna hit the same one again.
That's a 12. As your weapon swings down, the dog deftly dodges aside.
Attack.
He spent all that energy on the alligators.
Second attack.
A 19 will slash through the toughened hide.
I'm gonna pump a 3rd level divine smite.
You cleave through the neck of the dog as it bites towards you. The flaming greatsword searing the flesh, but not doing any damage. Yet, the sheer force of the blow removes the head from its body.
I'm going to attack. Okay. long as it's a weapon attack. Okay, so I'm going to attack the one in front of me
Mhm.
with my short sword. So that's why I didn't move my hunter's mark. I wanted to use my planar warrior.
That is a natural 1.
I'm going to do that again, but
An 18. As you cross draw your short sword, you visualize an ethereal creature, and as you slash one way, it slashes the other, and you're able to find purchase on toughened hide of the mutated hound. Go ahead and roll damage. That is going to be a total of 8 piercing.
I mean, ones that we rolled,
right?
including, but I mean damage though wise too.
That's true. Crazy.
It is now the mutated hound's turns. The one nearest you, Abibe, will turn towards you and attack. A natural 20.
That's a lot.
It's almost as much damage as you did.
You take 47 points of slashing damage as its elongated claws scrape across your skin. Second attack is a 20.
Oh, more.
22 slashing damage.
Holy crap.
Yeah, those are good rolls, good damage rolls on there.
Yeah, everyone's hitting good or really bad.
This next dog bounds after you, Silas. And as it closes in, it will make an attack against you.
It's bad. Probably going to take me down.
The first attack is a natural 1. The next attack is a 26.
I've got to roll D20. I've got mirror image up still. I only got hit once. All right. So if I roll an 8 or higher, it hits a mirror. That's a 19. Another mirror image down. I don't take any damage. Oh. I've only got one mirror image up.
This next hound will turn towards you, Torin, and make an attack. That is an 18. Minus a d4. That misses, right?
Yep.
Second attack is a 10, which misses. Followed by a 24.
We'll hit no matter what.
You take 19 slashing damage.
Okay.
The last attack is a 27 for 23 slashing damage.
Jesus.
Caliban, roll me a d10. You are still a goblin.
Okay. Well, let's try. Okay, I'm going to cast Entangle on the two dogs right in front of Torin. So it's a 20-foot square. So they must succeed on a strength saving throw.
It's a D4 on minus on both of those.
Well, the second one fails regardless.
Oh, bummer.
17. But anyway, the one that did not make it is restrained. And then 2, 3, 4 move. And that should be my turn.
This is a hell of a thing. They're rolling rocks on hitting. So I guess I will attack with my rapier. Oh, wait. I don't even think I'd have it out at this point. Well, I'd have to summon it, and that's an action. I just have 2 party members almost dead. I don't think I can get to either of them. Nope.
They've seen some things in their time.
Yeah, I can't get to anybody to heal them. I guess I just have to attack with Eldritch Blast in melee, which means disadvantage, because I don't have anything else. I don't have any offensive magic. You know what? It probably won't work. I need a con save from both of these dogs.
The first one is a 6.
All right. It's blind.
That is also a 6.
So both of those are blind. We get advantage against them. They get disadvantage, and they can't take attacks of opportunity.
Perfect. Nice move. Very nice.
I'm just looking at everything I have. Oh my God, what?
No, that's beautiful. That was beautiful.
I don't think I have any bonus actions. Yeah, I don't have any left. Okay. And then I look at the goblin across from me and I say to it, I'm fairly certain you're Caliban. Do you want me to stay here or not? Just nod your head, because I don't think I understand goblin.
I will nod. Yes. Stay put.
I guess this is where we live now. And that's my turn.
Attack the one that's restrained with spiritual weapon.
A 21 hits for 6 force damage.
Oh, I'm gonna disengage.
Wait. I'm gonna yell out to Torin. I can get to you to heal if you think that's gonna help a little bit.
With how much damage they do? Like, unless you heal,
Amazing damage.
50 points of health.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not disengage. I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
That's my turn.
So I'm at 5, 10. Wait, what does my cure wounds need? Is it touch or is it C? It's touch.
Cure,
Okay.
Cure wounds is always
5, 10, 15, 20. Going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. Hopefully this feels good. And hey, there's a 1 there. And then
It's better than nothing. I'll take it.
do I have no, I don't even have a potion.
I'm gonna say get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Finish my movement. Let's see. 5. I think it might be better if I just head this way. Okay, that's my turn.
This first town will make an attack. That's you, Torin.
Mm-hmm. Disadvantage and Bane.
That is a 15, which will miss no matter what. The second attack is a 15, which also misses. Restrained Hound attacks.
Miss anyway.
The second attack is an 11.
Oh.
This next town lurches towards you, Silas, and will make an attack. It rolls a 19 at disadvantage.
That would still hit. All right, what do I need to roll to see if it hits my image? Let me look. All right, I've got 1 image left. So I need to roll an 11 or higher. That's a 4, so it hits me. 14 slashing, and then I need to make a con check. Con save. What's my con save? Ooh, not good. Oh, that's fine. I rolled a 15, so Bane is still up. So at the end of his turn, he would make another con save.
Second attack is a 12, which misses, and he is still blind.
Oh, no.
He smelled me.
Yep.
This last town will move in your direction, Abibe, and roll a 21.
Yes. Oh, 18. Nice. I'm still standing, but
Not anymore, you're not.
oh, I am still standing, actually. Just kidding.
I was about to say.
I'm knocked out.
All right, and then a con save.
You're dead again.
Yes, for real, right?
What is the con save for again? For him, for the dog.
For you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, he's still blind.
Good sense of smell there, buddy.
I mean, yeah, because if you had hidden, he may not have known you were there if you had rolled a good hide.
I didn't.
Okay, I will primal savagery the one in front of me.
Caliban, go ahead and roll me a d10. 3. You are still a goblin. With primal savagery is a 23 for 10 acid damage.
Okay, bonus action. I will disengage. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move up here. I'm going to attack this one twice. Yep. That's a 27 to hit. 9 points of force damage. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
That's 10 plus 10. That's 20 points of force damage max.
You see the dog biting and barking in random directions as Silas quickly moves away, turns, and fires his Eldritch Blast. Silas, describe your Eldritch Blast and how you kill this dog.
Yeah, I imagine that the first one hits it, but I hit it right in the face and it knocks the body up, and then the second one blows a hole right through the center of its chest, and then it falls to the ground dead. Well, one doggy down. I probably shouldn't be yelling because it's going to tell this varmint over there where I am, but Stay alive if you can, Torin. You still got that inspiration, just so you know.
Bonus action. Strike the one in front of the one that I've been hitting with spiritual weapon. Still restrained.
A 16 barely misses.
Can I use inspiration on that?
4 or 5 slashing damage.
And then I'm going to take the dodge action.
All right.
Roll a death save, right?
Roll me a death saving throw, Abibe.
Oh, I really needed to save that one.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
Yep.
These dogs will turn in your direction, Torin, and make an attack. That's an 11, which misses. Second attack also misses. The next dog will make an attack, and that's a natural 1. This next one rolls a 12, which also misses.
He likes live meat, right? Great.
Somebody go ahead and roll me a D20.
Are you asking me to roll 20 or is that somebody else?
Caliban rolled it.
He didn't really say who, so
That was a great get its attention roll.
Disadvantage because he's blind?
Yeah. Yep. That's a 16, Caliban,
Nope, misses. Ooh.
and a 15, which also misses.
Oh, you need to do a con save for that dog. Shit. Not blind anymore.
No, I can see.
Caliban, roll me a D20.
Oh my god, come back, Spider King.
He rolled an 18 again already. Randy's on top of it. Oh, he's a spider.
Ah, jeez.
well, that screws up things a little bit.
We're happy and we're creeped out. Eat the dog. That's a good point. Which head is going to eat it?
Yeah, it's got 2 heads.
Man.
Yeah, what the heck? I suppose I will, yeah, but, not super useful right at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get this guy and restrain him.
It's a ranged attack, so it'd be a disadvantage. So what the heck? As a, what the heck? I will drop the wild shape.
Damn.
Okay.
Caliban's having no more of this bullshit.
And I will move around and I will thunder wave his butt. What do I got left here? Might as well, let's do it at 3rd level.
Damn.
So he must make a Constitution saving throw. So that's a fail. So he takes the 17 thunder and is pushed back, 10 feet?
Damn.
10 feet, yeah.
That's 15 on the... Oh, that's the range. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Which maybe you didn't want to move because then it would also hit both of your friends.
No, because it's directional.
It's directional.
It's not a cube that I'm at the center of. It's a cube I'm on the face of.
There. Oh, good point.
That's why I swung around him to push him away.
Nice.
Thunderstep is different.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Thunderstep, everybody gets hit. And move there. That ends my turn.
All right. Silas looks over at Caliban and says, "You got him?"
Think I got him.
All right. Well, I'm just going to try and hit that little doggy then. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast this song, bitch, twice. Which is a fantastic K-pop group if none of y'all are aware. So you should check them out. I'm going to use my inspiration. That's a natural 20. That's 15 points of force damage on the first hit. Hell yeah. All right. Then do I have a good... All right. Well, since he's restrained, I get advantage, do I not? I will attack him at advantage. Eldritch Blast. That's a 26 to hit. That's 4 points of force damage. All right, then I'm going to stay over here. In fact, I'll just move up one and say, "You got this, Caliban?" Or Caliban. I put Torrens and Caliban's names together, and they came up with something I was not prepared for. I apologize. Please strike that from the record. That's my turn. Thank you.
Spiritual weapon, bonus attack against the restrained guy.
A 23 will hit.
For 7 force.
Hell yeah. That SOB still up.
Sorry, I stepped away. Yeah, the entangled area is difficult terrain.
That's what I thought. Gotcha.
It just doesn't do damage.
Yeah, it just doesn't do damage like spike growth. All right, I would have moved a little bit closer then. I would have moved to like right here. Just a little bit.
I can't risk it. I'm gonna take the dodge action again. I'll roll a 1.
Wow.
You have 1 hit point,
Oh, it's amazing.
and you have your turn.
Oh, I still have my turn?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay,
Get out of there.
you're right.
Or no, actually, just go right behind Caliban.
Take your shots and then go right behind Caliban.
Okay, I'll do this. 5, 10. So, is this a house in front of me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hut.
Okay. And if I moved here, does that give it cover?
Here's the thing though. Something to remember. You stood up, so you used half your movement.
Okay, so 5, 10. Okay, let's see. I'd better be safe. So 5, 10, 15, and here's 20. 20. Well, let me hit from right here. This is going to be cover.
Advantage anyway. Yep. Doesn't matter. You have advantage. Just go for it.
Sweet. Which one has the hunter's mark? It's this one. Okay, perfect. Or no,
None of them have
none of
a half board.
I'm just going to attack then. You said advantage, right?
You also wouldn't have Hunter's Mark anymore because you lost concentration when you went unconscious.
Or unconscious?
Mm.
Damn. Second one. 8. And then planner. Plain-
Say beforehand.
I say 4.
Motherfucker. All right. I'm behind him, and then that's my turn. Actually, I'll go one more. I could take one more and done.
No, don't.
Oh, that's it.
I guess he can move towards you. So
Nice. That was down.
Yes. I'm alive.
Gorin, this creature attacks you twice.
disadvantage with Bane.
The first attack is a 10, and the second attack is a 15. Both miss.
Dodge plus Bane for the win. Holy
Yep.
crap.
That's why I put spiritual weapon out so I can still do something at least during my turn.
What the heck? I'll move over there and savage that guy.
Oh, we're going for it. All right, let's do it. Couldn't you go one more square and have advantage?
No, because it's difficult terrain. That square takes 10 feet instead of 5.
Aren't you concentrating on that? You could have dropped the concentration if you wanted.
But isn't he restrained?
No.
The other guy. That was the other guy that was restrained. Oh, then I'll drop.
Yeah.
I would definitely drop the spell then.
Oh, this square would have been advantage.
Yep. And there wouldn't be difficult terrain anymore.
Right. Dun. Yeah, I thought that was the guy that was restrained.
The attack hits, and as your claws rake across the flank of this creature, it doesn't appear that the acid is doing as much damage as you're used to.
Guys are like resistant to everything.
And Silas is going to look down at his feet. Oh, are you done? Sorry.
Yes, I'm done.
Silas is going to look down at his feet and be like, why am I entangled? I'm just kidding. I don't have inspiration anymore. Unless 2 attacks against this fool with Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Actually, I'm going to look around at everybody and say, we're pretty messed up, right? Are we taking a short or long rest after this?
Like, yes.
At least a short rest.
We're going somewhere for at least 24 hours.
Blindness on this fella here. Con save with a minus D4. All right, it is now blind. And I say, well, that's as good as a chance I'm going to give y'all. And then I sit down in the grass and lay down because I'm tired.
Let's see what I want to do. Spiritual weapon attack on him. Natural 20 for 12. I roll another 1. And then I'm going to strike him. Pump a second level Divine Smite into him. Really? Do you know how many 5s I've rolled on my 2d8? So that's 9 slashing and another 9 for a second. Wow, that second attack.
Your second strike hits the creature.
And I'm going to pump my last 3rd level.
Yeah, man. I hope we don't have a bigger fight after this because we are not going to be good.
I have 15 hit points. There's no way we're...
I know, but he's blind, so you could just do that and then move away from him.
I know, but I'm saying, like, we're running.
There you go. Oh,
Wow.
How do you kill the mutilated hound?
Yes.
I am just going to yell out with the most primal, just scream of rage and just continue just hacking down at him like until there's just a bloody mess.
Wow.
Check the bodies in the building for anything interesting.
On a hunch, or just to see what happens, I'm gonna take a piece of the carcass, chuck it into the water. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, I just want to pretty much try to chum the waters.
You make your way over to the water, throwing the bits and pieces into the running sea. As it hits the surf, kind of dirties the water around it, but nothing else happens.
I'm not going in that water.
Do the eels stay on the body of the creatures?
They do stay on and do not fall off. They appear to be growing from within.
From within? Okay.
We need to find the safest spot here to barricade ourselves in and rest.
I agree. I mean, it was in that house, right? In here? Because all the doors are like blown off on the other buildings.
The main house?
Mm-hmm. That was the only one with doors. Because all the other ones, unless we can lock this hatch.
How's a 24 investigation on the bodies in the hut?
There were bodies in there?
Bodies of the animals. See if
Apart from some bowls that are filled with dog food, buried in a dark liquid, you do not find anything else of interest.
Silas comes out, wiping his hands on his slacks, his leather breeches. He kind of shuts the door on the hut and says, more of that brackish black fluid and food definitely happened because of us they ate and drank. Keep that in mind as we go forward. Don't eat anything here. Don't drink anything here.
Don't sell anything.
Oh, yeah, that's true, right? Remember having a guy? Yeah. You're right. I don't think we have the strength to go down into the cellar and look. So we should maybe go upstairs to one of the rooms, or maybe lock ourselves into the stables with Guy, and we can eat some food and rest.
Stables have doors?
The stables don't have doors either. Remember, they were blown out.
Then we need to get your friend, and we need to go upstairs in one of the rooms and bar ourselves in if we need to.
That's the only safest place we've found so far.
Are we going?
Yes.
Yeah. Were the doors in the smithy blown off as well? I don't.
The fireballs that we let off, I'm assuming I don't know. We could check it.
True.
They seem sturdy, hardy.
Just go first.
I think that's Caliban and myself.
Okay.
I mean, I like the upstairs thing because we can use the hallway as though.
Yeah, because the other place had 2 doors.
Yeah, there's actually 3 going into the smithy.
I suppose. I just
Not
don't.
very defensible. What don't you like, Thorin?
There's not much of an option of where to go.
Oh,
I don't really have much of a choice.
You mean in the house?
Yeah, I hear you and understand, but as someone who's done a fair bit of work in cities, I'd rather have 1 door to worry about than 3.
Especially when alligators show up near it.
All right, let's get Guy. We'll carry Udo. We'll go back in the main house.
Okay.
We grab Guy and Udo, and we go up to one of the 2nd-story bedrooms that appears to be the most easily defendable.
Is there a window? Are there windows in all the rooms?
Yes, that is correct.
One of the upstairs. So, for me, Jordan, it would either be the Pasha's room because the double doors are stronger, or it'd be the room on the east side because it had a doorway that went north where you could look over the stairwell. It looked like a ridge, if unless I'm reading that incorrectly. It had a room where it would be over the stairwell coming up on the east side of the building, and it looked like you could see the stairwell to see if anyone was coming up it.
The bed and other furniture against the double door. Do the doors open inward or outward?
The doors swing in towards the room.
Yeah, Pasha's room. Torin would pretty much barricade the door with furniture.
Somebody roll me a D20.
Rolled terrible.
You rolled a 7. An hour goes by without issue.
So, are we getting any of Guy's benefits from like the meal thing? What is it, like an extra D8 or something?
Sure.
I'm gonna play a little bit of music.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 21. All right, so I've got a lute. So I'm gonna just softly strum the lute as we're like not making a lot of noise, trying to not bring attention to ourselves, and that'll make it so everyone gets an extra D6 if they spend any hit dice.
With your 21 perception, you notice that Guy had passed out his strudels, but he did not eat any himself.
Silas is gonna say that as he's like playing his guitar, and I apologize, my lute. And I say, pardon me, Guy. Is there a reason you're not having any food with us? I can't imagine you're back up full capacity after your unconsciousness.
Guy says, I'm not feeling so hot. I'm not hungry.
I'm gonna give everybody else a look because we've been talking about food and drink and then just, thinking back to the way he passed out. Maybe he, I don't know. We left him in there with that pot for a long time. And now he's not feeling too good. Silas will not be eating the pastry.
I'll put it in my pocket, but not eat it.
Pass.
And then another what? Jordan,
You get a D6 from me.
does my max go back to normal or no? On a short rest?
Not yet.
Very nice. I'm back up to full.
I'll grab Abibe and Silas for a minute away from Guy. You guys went back and checked on him. What's he doing?
He was just eating some of his own food. Kind of just keeping to himself. Propped up Udo in one corner. He was sitting in the other corner. Seemed to be just, I don't know. Didn't seem to be too bothered you saw how badly he was after he woke up. He doesn't seem too concerned.
Not eating concerns me now.
Caliban and Torin can give me an insight check with advantage.
Holy shit.
That's a natural 20. For as long as you've known Guy, he has eaten with you every single time.
Seem off to you, Caliban?
Well, yes, he's not eating.
Guy, tell me how you're feeling.
I feel a little tired and a bit distracted. Not very hungry, though. That's weird. But other than that, I'm perfectly fine.
You and Udo have a good rest earlier?
My new friend? Yeah, we talked. We did fine. Yeah, everything was great.
What do you guys talk about?
Talked about maybe taking a vacation sometime? Somewhere? Maybe? You visibly see Guy start to perspire.
Is Udo still out, unconscious?
Yes.
How did you talk to my friend Udo? He's been out.
You hear in your head. You know I can talk in people's minds, right?
What? And I freak out. I'm like, no, what is that?
He's been talking into your mind this entire time, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Oh, he's been speaking out loud to Abibe. Yeah, we're new. Ranger danger.
Where is Udo's place to take a vacation, Guy?
Guy's eyes glass over as he stares off towards the wall. He shakes his head a bit. I'm sorry, what? He says he knows this place. North, past the Black Mountains. There's a nice glade and a freshwater lake where you can fish. Some organic melons grow there. Says it's a really great place. He stares at you for a minute and then blinks. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Nothing, don't worry about it. Why don't you rest?
He leans back against the wall and falls asleep almost immediately.
Take a look at Abibe and take a look at Udo. Starting to have suspicions where these people got their food from that made them like this.
What are you thinking?
I'm just gonna stare at Udo.
Comes, something must be affecting their glade, maybe?
DM question: the lizard men. Where did we hear that they were coming from? Their stronghold?
Black Lizard Mountain to the north.
Well,
Good as search, Udo.
are we going down into the, as he's searching, I'm looking at Caliban. Are we going down into the cellar next, or are we clearing these buildings? What do you think?
If you would like to take a look at Udo more closely, you can give me an investigation check with advantage. With an 11, you check through his belongings. He has some rations, rope, relatively empty sack. Nothing stands out as abnormal.
Let's go check downstairs. And I start moving the furniture away. I'm actually gonna pick up. Where's Guy right now? Just gonna lift him on his feet and kind of guide him over to the bed and say, "Why don't you rest here?" Does he look worse? Is he like deteriorating, or is he just still out?
Give me a medicine check.
Udo, not Guy. Yeah, I wanted to see if his condition is deteriorated since he fell unconscious.
Udo is still unconscious. He is sweating, which far in the jungle. And although you're closer to shore with an onshore breeze blowing through the resort, he doesn't look like he is any worse than he was before.
Let's check downstairs. We need to find out what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm. Does that fire seem strange to me as we're walking by?
Make an Arcana check.
That's a 13.
As you make your way down from the upstairs, and you pass through the living room, glancing at the fire, and while it was the same color as it has been, nothing appears to be out of the ordinary.
At this point, because everyone is staring at it so intently, Silas is just going to assume it's unnatural and not go nearer to it. He doesn't want to be entranced the way everyone else is, so he's just following the group. But in case he's putting that in his head in case someone else brings it up.
As you look to your party, you move through the alabaster archway to the right. On the north side of the room, set in the corners, are 2 tables. In the center of the room sits a large dining table that sits 12 on each side and 1 on each end, for a total of 26 diners. This is clearly the main dining room. It is adorned in everything silver. As you get closer, all of the candelabras holding pristine candles are made of silver. All of the plates are made of silver, the utensils as well. None of the place settings appear to have been used.
There's a small fortune in this room.
But we should just put all of those in the bag of holding.
To the left, you find ornate doors. These doors sit on hinges that allow it to swing both in and out.
Kitchen.
As you push on the doors, they swing silently inward. Peering into the room, you see a large table in the center. In each corner of the room sit additional tables, and upon the tabletops sit satin or silk tablecloths. In the north part of the room sits a vat of water adjacent to the stove. Small wooden racks hold various spices and herbs.
And I tell Silas, look for anything that might have been a gift or something that might have been brought to be prepared.
Yeah, I'll look around.
I'm also would have taken one of those napkins, put it around, made a mask pretty much.
I was going to do the same thing. Remembering Guy getting a whiff of that stuff and now him being a little weird. And I'm opening drawers. I'm opening cabinets. I'm looking. I'm really investigating.
Would I know of any sort of creatures or foes that would be susceptible to silver weapons?
Go ahead and roll religion or nature. With an 18, you quite certainly know there are creatures out there that are susceptible to silver. Silas, give me an investigation check.
The glasses.
I rolled 2 3s.
As you look around, there doesn't appear to be any drawers. Everything is open-faced cabinets. Caliban, you're standing in the archway between the dining room and the kitchen. Something doesn't feel right to you, and your instincts point towards the vat in the north of the room.
Like, guys with masks. Over there.
Oh,
Now hold my breath.
As you move towards the large vat, it's 15 feet long, maybe 6 to 7 feet wide. As you step closer to the vat, inside sits a brackish liquid, and floating on top could be considered delicacies. Small fish, thin and elongated. But as you approach, they are clearly eels.
those eels.
Are there any sort of markings or anything on there? Or on the vat? Anything?
Make me an investigation check.
Well, we keep seeing eels just about everywhere.
I need to play a wizard.
There are no markings, but as you get closer, there is a clear chemical smell coming from the liquid.
Don't get too close now.
Like ladles and jars or anything?
There are ladles to the left and to the right, along with the jars I described earlier. In fact, there is a very large ladle that is floating in this muck.
I'm going to grab one of the towels, grab the ladle very carefully, and try to get like a couple of these eels, do a jar, and jar 'em.
That is easy enough to do. You can mark down you have 2 eels in brackish liquid contained within.
I am not one who knows the culinary arts, but this seems less like melons, although they might have something to do with this. Maybe the melons, when you cook them, turn into this brackish fluid. But these eels seem to be the culprit. I mean, if we're going to take the alligators and those dogs by any indication, I mean, didn't they have eels coming out of them in weird ways?
You never know when we might want to treat someone to a very fine delicacy.
That's dark.
You knew, Silas, but it's been a long couple months.
Oh no, I wasn't like nervous or scared or anything. I'm actually impressed. Most paladins wouldn't poison somebody, but that's exactly the kind of work that I do. If you're paying the route, good idea. We should, feels like we've checked this area. Should we continue on and check up the buildings?
We can't bring him with us, and I can't think of anywhere else.
Well, when we left, I didn't say it to the GM, but we have keys, so I locked the door, so he's in there.
Oh, that's right, we have the Pacha's keys, right?
So I locked him in there. He can rest with his good friend Odo, whatever the fuck his name is, and they should be good in there. Door's locked.
Let's look around here. Before we leave, walk up to the Pasha and just slap him.
You approach, and with an open hand, you slap him across the face, leaving a stark red mark. But he makes no moves and continues to stare.
Damn.
I ever seen a blue hearth before?
I'm gonna, when he notices it after slapping him, I'm gonna say, just so you know, that was blue before all this happened. I think it might be some type of enchantment, if I was gonna guess. Is it maybe so it'll just burn forever? Maybe, I don't know.
How many eels did you guys take?
I got 2 jars. Just gonna grab some water from the kitchen and just throw it just to see.
You grab some water from the kitchen, approaching the hearth, and as you toss it in, there is no sizzle or pop or steam that you would have expected.
Oh, there's magic for this. I looked at Caliban. Can't you do something like that?
I cannot.
Their state, these people.
Oh, I don't know about this. I don't think it has anything to do with the flames. I think maybe this brackish fluid, and this is me just spitballing as someone who does a bit of fair fair bit of investigating on my own. Usually not this type of thing. Usually it's, husband sleeping around, wife sleeping around. You got to figure it out yourself. But when I look at this situation, I see the upset animals, the reactions that things are having to stuff. I feel like maybe this fluid affects people and animals differently, and animals would be changed and mutated the way we've seen, and people either probably die or go unconscious and become like this. And I think this flame is basically just what is the only thing they can do. They can look at it, and they can breathe, and that's it.
Guy fell unconscious or asleep. These people are eyes are open, right?
Yeah, they're further along though, right? If we're talking about a 6-day timeline, like maybe this is what a person becomes after enough time.
You think they might change later? Remember the guard that came down? He obviously wasn't in a catatonic state or whatever state these people are, but he was raging.
Yeah, I don't think he ate any of this. I think maybe he was in league with the what were those men with him?
The lizard men?
Yeah, I think maybe this is a lizard men thing, and maybe he was their inside man who helped poison their food. I mean, that's just conjecture. I got no evidence, but him being the only one alive and coherent and immediately attacking us makes me feel like he was a bad egg in the basket. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had Udo's organic melon?
Feel like he's talking to you, Oliver.
Yeah, don't we trade? He used to trade for those, but then they started to be a little.
Yeah, this is just the fruit that grows in your guys' area. There's nothing weird about it from your perspective. It's just like if you live next to an apple orchard and you just, no, why would I go to the supermarket to buy apples? There's apples right here.
Yeah, but from what Udo was saying, they are creating different types of melons, versions of those melons here.
Their supply was constrained because of the lizard men, because they export it for profit. They eat it here, then they export it off the island for to make money. And they contacted Silas to come in because they couldn't get any more melon. And whenever Udo was here, he would sell the melons he brought with him for extra cash, because this was kind of like an export area / resort. And when Silas went in, he unconstrained the supply of melons and they started coming in. And now we have to make a decision as a group. Like, is it the melons doing this, or is it the eels, or is it both? Or like, we don't know at this point. I don't feel like we have enough information to say exactly what's causing.
Do you even know the glade?
What do they know? The glade?
The glade that Guy was mentioning.
Being the scout of the Northern Territories, I would say yes, Abibe, you do know.
Any legends or anything like unnatural sources of power, magic, like holy sites, corruption,
Abibe, you can roll me Arcana or Religion.
Both are terrible, so I will do religion. Average knowledge.
It is a frequent rest stop for the other 13 tribes throughout the year. During the spring, it got relatively busy because you'd meet other scouts out in the field.
Yeah, I mean, I do travel up north, but this is very strange. I mean, the creatures that we ran across are very strange. This eel, I've never seen this before, and these people, the way they are acting.
Where these are coming from? Are they coming from here and going there, or are they coming from there? So far, all we've heard is the melons is just stories. This fluid and eels, whatever it is, we have seen it around here, and we've seen these eels coming out of other creatures. So I say we continue searching this village first and then go from there. What do you guys say?
I think that's a great idea, Tom.
We still have these mini buildings over here. Are these like multiple kennels?
I think those are the little bodegas, like a little buildings, and then these big ones are the actual like utility buildings. We know one of them across the river is the tavern. Yeah, let's clear them.
Silas, these smaller thatch roofed huts stand off the ground 6 or 8 feet and are typically where the VIPs stay. Silk curtains block vision into the interior of these buildings. You were given one of these, Silas, as a person of station and/or importance. The other 2 smaller buildings are where the servants' quarters lie.
So I will motion towards the different buildings and say, yeah, they were buttering me up in one of those huts down there. They're like, these fancy. They try to make them look fancy, but there are just glorified huts. But they're nice inside. We should check. Maybe someone's hiding in there. There's servant quarters here, and then we go over the bridge to where the cavern is.
Work our way up.
As you look through the bungalows, everybody give me a perception check.
That would be Caliban, I believe.
25. You're checking each of these bungalows, and as you get to the one on the end, peering in, you spot a jeweled skull sitting on one of the end tables. Next to the skull are a pair of wooden earrings.
Wooden earring. Okay. Well, here's something you don't see every day.
Do you know what culture these might be from?
Well, I'm from around here. Should I roll? Not the island, but this plane. Which is like a strange question. Because have you guys told Silas that you're not from this plane? A world?
I think we said we're from far away. I said, yeah. I said, are you from this world? Do you know what culture this is from?
And Silas just looks at you and raises one bushy eyebrow.
I just raised an eyebrow back.
All right, I'm going to look at these objects. I'm going to look over at Abiba. You notice anything about them either? I think we should both take a look at these. This might be from here, and you might know better than I. And I will take a look and see if there's something from where I come from.
Silas, you can give me an Arcana check. And Abibe, you can give me a History check.
Wow, it had to happen. It had to happen, didn't it? It's a natural 1.
With those rolls, I don't believe either one of you have any idea what these earrings might be and why someone would leave them next to a jeweled skull.
Actual skull, or is it like a...
It's made of either glass or some kind of gem.
It's shaped like a skull. Okay. It's not an actual skull. Okay.
Take it with us?
Yeah, that seems like some weird shit. Probably a good call.
Can I stealth around it just so I can roll nicely? Yeah, I think this is... I don't know if there's value to it, but it's definitely curious. And do we have the bag with us? We didn't leave it with Guy, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, forgot to bring it with us. I mean, we can carry it. All right. I look at you all, I'm like, would you like me to... Would you guys like to grab this, or are we scared?
Oh my goodness. Silas walks up and takes the silver dagger out of his belt and puts his backpack in front of the table and then just knocks the skull into the bag, and then he also puts the wooden earrings and shoves them into the bag. We don't have time to do this. Let's just keep going. We can look at this stuff later. If I get corrupted or cursed because I'm carrying these things, so be it. And then he puts the silver dagger back in his bag, tights it, pulls the drawstring on his Jansport, and motions towards the servants' quarters to the north.
I'd start walking that way.
Within the servants' quarters, you view very meek accommodations. Everybody, please give me a perception check as you walk through this area.
Before I put the skull in the bag, could I have looked at it to see if there was a diamond sticking on this thing anywhere? I thought of that as we walked in. Is this would that be a perception or investigation roll on the skull?
Investigation. Unfortunately, no diamonds.
No diamonds on the skull. All right, what's in the servants' quarters?
As you move closer into the building, you hear what sounds like a struggle or altercation as booted feet scuff on the wooden flooring.
Where it's coming from?
In this building, right?
What's going on?
There's a struggling coming from
Long
inside.
poured out. It's a light.
As you move forward, you hear somebody.
Might be a person. Let's not attack it immediately.
Yeah. I mean, go in there. Go to the location where we think we hear the sound coming.
Yeah, I think we're all moving as a group, covering each other because of that last battle.
Pop the bed up. See what's underneath it.
As you pop the bed up, you see a dark-skinned human male bound around his ankles and his arms behind his back. A gag pulled tightly across his mouth.
I'm going to go over and take out the gag, but leave him tied.
Coughing a little bit. And in your native language, he says, "Thank you, brother. Please unbind me and help me up."
Who are you?
He stares at you, blinking, and says, "Abibe, I am Akundaya. Do you not remember me?"
Ukandaya, forgive me, but we have run into many strange scenarios. Do not worry, I will tell my friends here that we not to attack because we're all like in attack stances, but I must keep you tied for now until we can be assured that you say who you are. And then I'll let the group know that I know this man, or at least it looks like the man.
You personally know him or know of him?
I personally know him. He is another scout from another village that we, in your tongue, in common, it is referred to as the Dark Raven. But he is another scout as myself.
What happened here? Ask him everything he knows.
Okay.
Yeah. How he got tied up.
Ukandaya, does he speak common? Can he just convert to common, or do I have to do a translation?
He speaks common.
Ukandaya, they would like to know a few things, and I would as well. How did you come to be in this state?
I was traveling to the tribal gathering. You know of the gathering, do you not?
Yes, it's occurring now. It's happening now.
It is happening over the next few days. I was caught by the lizard folk on my way to the gathering, and they brought me here. I only know a few words of their tongue, but they had said something like they were going to the resort to pick up something, and then they were going to take me to where the army is marshaling. Something like near the eyes of Tiamat, by the pyramid or the ziggurat. I'm not sure the word is correct. They wanted to sacrifice or something.
Or sacrifice?
Well, I know Tiamat.
Anybody trained in religion can make a religion check.
That's a 15.
You've heard rumors and stories about Dragonkin revering this deity of eel.
Meta-wise, Tiamat, isn't that an evil god? It's the god of dragons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
He's not good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard rumblings. Part of my job's listening to rumors, and there are talks of this powerful deity that people are worshiping. I don't really know a lot about it, but I've definitely heard the name before. But the lizard people are sacrificing to this deity. Also, ask your friend if he's heard anything about what happened here.
Yeah, Ukandaya, why were you here? Were you scouting, or were you here with something in mind? And did you know what has happened in the village or in this resort town?
The last thing I remember, we were being pursued through the jungle as we headed to the gathering. Then I woke up here, actually on top of the bed, bound and gagged. I rolled off and didn't have anywhere else to go, so I rolled under the bed. I have no idea what is going on outside.
How many days? How many days have you been here?
Just a couple, as they had to stop by and wait for something. I am really not sure if they are still here, but I assume so.
Figure out pyramid. Interesting.
Yeah. And something, but you don't know what the something is. They just said something, or you could not translate?
I do not know the word for it.
Can I ask him something that he would only know? Hello, Ukandaya.
He's like, why are you saying hello to me again? We've been
I know, right?
for 15 minutes.
Ukandaya. Yeah, name your family members. And then he confirms.
I was gonna ask how many were there?
Oh, lizards? Lizardmen?
Captured him.
How many captured you, Ukandaya?
Originally, there were 6. I was able to take one out. One left back towards the north, and then the 4 others took me here.
Is that the 4 we killed?
Holding his hands out to you, he says, "Please, undo the bonds."
One moment, Ukandaya. When we killed the lizardmen, did we pick up anything off their bodies? Do you recall?
I wanted to loot him. I don't remember if we did.
Did we? I don't remember either.
I don't think we found anything.
No? Okay. Because what they were trying to get, that's something they might have hot on their bodies or left it wherever it is.
And I think we rolled pretty shitty.
Yeah, we may want to go check their bodies again because of this information. They may have this something that Ukandaya speaking of. I feel like, can I run an insight check? Just that he's telling the truth, and that I would like, especially the part where I asked him about his family. It sounds like he knows, but I just want to make sure before I untie him, because I do want to untie him if I trust him. Damn it.
You feel he is being 100% honest. After some time where you don't untie him, he mentions that Omalara is a coward and that Thabo should be running the tribe.
Okay.
Wait, he started talking shit?
Translate any of this?
Yes, and he is calling forth the leaders that are in check right now at the, what do you call it, the tribal gathering. So I'm gonna say he's been in this state for a while. Let's cut him. We can take him if he turns dangerous, but Ukandaya, I'm going to trust you.
Hold on.
Did Abibe translate any of that?
Yeah, I did.
I'd better grab him by his neck, pick him up, and slam him against the wall.
And I'm going, wait.
Nope.
Torn.
Silas is gonna come up and pull the silver dagger and says, "You might want to be nicer." And he cuts the bonds on his leg, but not the ones on his hands, so he can walk around.
You are always too brash.
I can lead you to the ziggurat, to where the lizards go. You in the dark bear have always been too timid to take the fight to the lizard men.
Take off my helmet. Sheathe my sword. Silas, cut his hands.
Oh, we throwing down?
Cut his bonds.
All right, Torn, I can do that. Abibe, you might want to back up a step.
I'm staying right here. Go ahead.
And I cut his bonds and then sheath a silver blade.
And I punch him in the face.
You punch him across the face.
Pump 1 point of lay on hands, and I'm gonna look down and Abibe. Tell him he can lead us to the ziggurat with or without his tongue.
Do you know the word for sacrifice? You know the word for lose your tongue? This tall one says, please, you better bring down that brashness. We've had a day, Ukandaya. Now is not the time.
As he climbs back to his feet, he looks at Torin in a different way, with almost a respectful reverence. He asks, "Where do you hail from, tall warrior?"
And Silas gets impatient and says, "Can we walk and talk? Let's take him back to the lizard man. He can show us if there's anything of interest on him, and then we can take him with us from that point on. Let's move through the village as we're speaking, please."
No, this has to happen. He needs to know who this man is.
I understand that, but we can do that. Okay.
Ukandaya, look into his eyes.
Oh my God.
You know who he is.
Silas is just shaking his head.
He looks to you, Abibe, and says, "Abibe, why have you not taken this man to the gathering? You know he is the final judge."
It's not been time, but you are right.
You got a diamond?
He holds out his empty hands. "I have nothing, but I can help you."
If you had a diamond, we could just go.
Their priority is different than ours at the time.
"I do not have diamonds, but those who brought me here said they had brought diamonds. As part of the payment for whatever they were picking up,